All right, welcome back. You're still watching In the Game on News Central TV and Favor E2. I have Victor Oponi in the studios, and it's time to talk women's football. Nigeria's under-17 women's team advanced to the final round of the FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers with a commanding 5-1 aggregate victory over South Africa. Now, leading 3-1 from the first leg, the Flamingos sealed their progress with a 2-0 win in the return fixture. Harmony Chidi, who scored twice in the first leg, Notre Dame in the 37th minute from a Shakirat Mushood free kick. Now, Mushood later set up Aishat Animashaun, who lofted the ball over to, of course, double the lead for the Nigerian side. Now, despite strong performances of South Africa, Zoe, October, Toriso, Mapello, and captain Katleho Malebana, Nigeria's defense stood firm, and the Flamingos will face either Botswana or Algeria in the final round of the next month's qualifiers. Now, joining us to review the performance of Nigeria's under-17 girls is a former Flamingos media officer and a women's football expert. Isabella Ikioma joins us this morning. Good morning to you. Happy Sunday, and good to have you join us.
Thank you so much, Favor, for having me once again.
All right, a fantastic show from Nigeria against a side that many thought would have given the girls a tough time. They were able to get a 5-1 aggregate victory against South Africa. It seems this team, when it comes to Africa, well, we're invisible when it comes to Africa, in the world of women's football on the 17 level.
Well, you say we're invisible because with what South Africa did against Gabon, we even thought I was even given a slim margin of them winning. I wasn't expecting them to win 3-1 in Pretoria and then winning in Nigeria over 2 legs. That's 5-1 on aggregate. But that's a good one for the Flamingos. In Africa, we better, especially in the this under-17 category, we've been dominating. And we try to move past it to the world level, where in India we were able to win that bronze medal. But last year, it was a disappointment when we crashed out at the quarterfinal stages. But then, it is the Flamingos. We won't say we are invisible because other African countries are trying to catch up. Morocco and other African countries are building up their grassroots football, especially from the under-17 level, then to the senior team. So we can't just relax, but then we are still dominating. So I'm very, very happy with what they did yesterday against South Africa at Remo Star Stadium in Ikene.
All right, let's come to the next opponent. We either face Botswana or Algeria. These sides, which of these teams do you think Nigeria should avoid, or do you think these teams will be able to give Nigeria a run for their money in the last round of qualifiers?
Well, not underestimating the two teams. Already Botswana has an edge 2-1 ahead of them. They won 2-1 against Algeria, but then it is women football, so we don't have to say we want to avoid these people or avoid these people. You never can tell what they can bring to the table. And this is football. It's different. Everything is different. Every football game is quite different. You see different strategies. You see different results. So who knows whether Algeria will be able to win Botswana later today in that game. So they can even overturn the whole thing and qualify for that final round, and then we still meet them. But what we have to focus on is our preparation. Like now, the NFF have been doing very well, camping the players ahead of time, them staying together. And then even when they go, the NWFL matches are going on. The majority of them are in the NWFL. So they are playing very competitively. So all we have to do is concentrate on ourselves, play very well, be ready for whatever will happen later, whatever happens by next month when we face either Botswana or Algeria.
All right, let me come to Victor now. Victor, there's this thing that's been sort of worry for me, especially. We've seen girls, some of them, they are between the ages of 15 to 17. Some of the girls have attended under-17 World Cup before and are still in the under-17 team. And many are saying if it's in the developmental stage, you should be just, when you finish, you should be able to move on to the under-20 levels or even go straight. We've seen Linda Caicedo from the under-17. She went on straight to the Colombia senior national team. But it seems that some of our girls are having to repeat this stage. Is it a case of Nigeria not either going further to get more talents, or we just want to win tournaments? Victor, and I also ask Bella this particular question.
Of us just repeating talent, actually. It's more of understanding that this is a developmental phase for this kid. And, women's football it's a very, very fragile, precarious situation. You can't just say this girl is developed because she has played in this tournament, so on she goes. Now, what happens to the next phase? Because she needs to learn some rudiments, she needs to understand some parts of it. And being at the national team, being in the under-17 would help build more exposure, more confidence for them, and getting a better experience than whatever they had experienced the first time out at whatever tournament it was that they had gone to before. So it's not just about them just going out there, they have played this tournament, okay, on to the next. No, we don't just pass them like that. They need to understand some certain things at that level, at that age. They need to get through some things in their head. And then when they learn and know their skills better, they will be able to progress. So it's not just about throwing them in there and saying, on you go, after you have just finished this part.
All right, Bella, your take on this?
Well, I understand where you're coming from, looking at maybe even Yamin Lamar, who has even progressed at that stage from the junior category even to the senior team. And then he talked about Linda Caicedo of Colombia. If you watch all this, yes, it's still okay for these girls like Harmony Chidi, Aishat Animashaun also playing because they are within that age category. But I know moving away from this, they have attended the last tournament. After this tournament, of course, they will be overage for the under-17 level. So they will now move to the under-20. Their experience is actually needed at this under-17 level. That will not prevent the coaches getting other younger players that will also fit in. They will not prevent them because I know after this tournament, they will be drafted to the under-20 level. So it will now give more room for under 15 girls also to move to this stage. So it's not going to stop the development of these players. Of course, we've had players that progressed. Rashida Tajibade progressed, Chiamaka Nadozie, they all progressed from the under-17 level, under-20, and then to the senior team. Even Francesco Dega and even Aishat Animashaun. So it is not going to prevent them. I know your concerns, but at this time, we need the experience of these players. At least let's go one more round and see if we can clinch the title on African soil. You know what happened the last time, getting that bronze, and then we were hoping, I was very hopeful that we would have even gone to the finals, but it wasn't meant to be. So this time around, at least, let's aim to, after qualifying, let me not get ahead of myself, after qualifying, then we can aim for that World Cup. So these players are actually needed since they are still in the same age category.
All right, well said. I must say a big thank you to you, Isabella Kioma, for your quality time. I mean, it's always nice talking women's football with you, and we hope that the under-17 girls will be in Morocco after their last round of qualifiers. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you for having me once again.